Hello and welcome back to CNC Premium Cars. It's been a while since our last review, but today we have this very special Lamborghini Gallardo for you. In our opinion, the Gallardo is a true future classic. Why? Because at the time, before the Huracan was launched, this was the most sold Lamborghini in all time with approximately 14,000 units. Here in specific, we have the Lamborghini Gallardo LP560-4. This is the facelift Gallardo, which was launched in 2007-2008. The first generation was launched in 2003, had a different engine, a little bit of different styling, and of course less power than this. Out of a couple of thousand LP560-4, only approximately 80 have been delivered originally with a manual transmission, and this is one of them. What's also special about this unit is, aside from its manual gearbox, the color. This shade of grey, called Grigio Telesto, is not found on many facelift Gallardos because it was previously more common on the Superleggera of the first generation Gallardo. Now let's take a closer look on the exterior of this beauty. Here we have the rims called Callisto, combined with these bright orange brake calipers, which in my opinion suits the car perfectly. Here on the rear of the car we find these air intakes up here and down here. This shape of these air intakes here is unique and characteristic for the Gallardo and makes it very distinct. And what I personally like about these, they are all real. The air goes in here, cools the brake, cools the engine, no fake vents, everything has a function. And now let's show you the interior of this car. When you open the door, the first thing you see is this big Gallardo door sill. When you sit in the driver's seat, you have this very simple, not really spectacular steering wheel in front of you. You don't have any buttons, only this very nice carbon fiber touch down here, and of course the honk. Behind the steering wheel we have this instrument cluster with in total 4 analog dials and 1 little LCD screen. On the right we have the fuel indicator, on the left the indicator for the temperature of the water. The left big dial is the rev counter, which goes up to 10,000 RPM. And here on the right we have the speedometer. This instrument cluster is surrounded by this beautiful piece of carbon fiber, which you can also find here in the middle console, and up here around these 3 dials, which show you the oil pressure, oil temperature, and the voltage of the battery. All these carbon fiber parts are optional extras, but the most interesting thing about this car is this. The manual gated gearbox in the middle of the center console. Aside from the fact that this gated gearbox is truly beautiful, it's also hella fun to drive, and when you shift gears you always have this nice metallic click. In front of the gearbox we have the climate controls, and up here this very Audi-like multimedia system. The whole multimedia system is of course a little bit outdated, but what's really cool and unique is this folding display, behind which you have the DVD slot for the navigation DVDs and 2 SD card slots. Right here we have the controls for the electrically folding door mirrors and the lift system and a button for the rear view camera. And now let's show you my favorite part of this car, the rear with its beautiful naturally aspirated V10 engine. Inside here we find this beautiful big 10-cylinder engine which produces 560 horsepower and originally came from the Audi R8, in contrast to the previous generation of Gallardos, which had its own Lamborghini 10-cylinder but 5.0 and not like here the 5.2 liter engine. Now that we've shown you the engine, and before you hear the sound of this beauty, let's take a quick look at the rear of this car. To me, the rear of the LP560 is actually one of the highlights of the car. You have this much wider rear body, you have these wider and thinner rear lights, and these twin exhaust pipes on each side, which makes the whole car much more aggressive and sporty and modern than the previous generation Gallardos. Now let's hear what this beastie V10 really sounds like. Now let us know in the comments what you think about this raw beastie V10 sound. Also let us know what you think about the car in general, how you enjoyed the video. If you enjoyed it, leave a like, subscribe, and see you the next time.